This'll take time.
Is haben staubares.
Aye, Aye. But I was brought back for something.
Okay. Now for the stone part, I just simply put gray cere on it since I couldn't spray it to cover up the water, and I really just repeated what I always do with my stone. I won't repeat it here. So excited to get started on the water, I put my ethermetic blue on it. So, needing a primer of some kind, I put on some Lamian medium. And it was back to square one again with my ethermetic blue. I opted for the Griff Charger gray for the water because I wanted something different from Dwarven Forge's green. Well, so scrubbing it off again, I thought, well, alright, let's go back to the drawing board on this. And I changed the mix of medium on it and with the Griff Charger because I wanted like a blue, cold, watery look. And I thought, okay, it was starting to bead up with this, and I thought, okay, let's just brush it off a little bit. And I succeeded in just kind of staining it, but really brushing the most of it off. By now I was kind of frustrated because I branched out, tried something new, didn't follow the path, and it really wasn't working. So I went back in and just kind of threw another coat on it because it did stain it, and you can tell it had an off-color blue, but okay, it kind of worked. So then I went in and just did the foam, and I thought, well, okay, maybe it'll look fine on camera when I'm ultimately done with it. And to a certain extent, it did look alright, but honestly, it just didn't bling. It didn't stand out. So I came home that night and thought, you know what? I just want it to be more blue. I have a bluish color. So, despite Hal's objections, I went ahead and put some Croxagore scales on it and just kind of watered it down. And that actually worked. Now I was happy. So I went back in and touched up some of the foam that I'd kind of messed up with it, and maybe got that a little too heavy. But at the end of the day, with some art coat for some shine, I got the waterfall I wanted. So this marks the end of the first major arc of the Barak Karandul build. The fortress itself is sort of settled, maybe. Yeah, I did expand the fortress out a little bit more, added an extra wall. But there are still some loose ends, and I've got some ideas about what I'm going to do inside of this courtyard and across the river. Possibilities that will soon develop. But at this point, Barak Karandul doesn't need more stone, it needs inhabitants. So the focus is going to need to shift for a little while towards character builds. I'm going to try to not let this turn into the Dwarf of the Week show, especially when I'm using many of the same techniques. But that does mean breaking things down differently. So I'm looking at roles, moments, presence instead of novelty, although I've got a few of those waiting. And if you've been paying attention to the teasers at the end of these episodes, you already know there are other forces watching from further out. And also, to be honest, I have a closet full of miniatures that need to be painted and brought to life so they can be a part of this. Barak Karandul isn't just a fortress anymore. It's part of a wider world. And I've decided my only limitations are, well, space, not my imagination. Yeah, I know it kind of hangs here, but just bear with me as this develops. So, the waters flow down the mountain, but the waters here don't stop at the end of this table. They flow beyond it.
What are those dwarves trying to do?